Continuiamo a parlare di nuove tecnologie, di
Let's talk about new technologies and technological innovation. Eima digital robotics in an ever-changing world. We have Alessio Bolognesi from Federuna. Welcome to our studios. I've already said who you are in my short introduction, but I'm really curious about robotics. We had another interview. The automotive industry had embraced robotics many years ago. Now it's come to agriculture. Yes, that's true. Let me start from a fact that robotics is probably the crown jewel of Eima 2022. There's an increased focus on robotics, which is becoming part and parcel of agriculture. So we cannot possibly think of technology that is not integrated in modern agriculture, but in terms of productivity and sustainability from an economic, environmental viewpoint, and also in the management of resources. Of course, we are facing a new frontier, which in the pre-COVID era seemed to be a little bit like science fiction. 4 to 5 years ago, we used to talk about robots in agriculture. What are they? It seemed like talking about science fiction, but now we got robots on the market. There's a lot of to be done still. Lots of things to be improved, but we have robots at Eima performing operations autonomously. And of course, we have a focus on specialized agriculture. And these robots are very, very good at performing very particular operations in a very precise and efficient way. And this is probably one of the most interesting features for our types of crops. Clearly, it's a challenging technology. It takes a while to be embraced and accepted. From a cultural viewpoint, people may feel even scared by robots for the reasons I mentioned. It feels like science fiction. But we need to start thinking that robots are part of agriculture. They're very much widespread throughout Europe. They'll have to be integrated with the other machines. They will have to be integrated and cooperate with one another. We're talking about collaborative robotics. We should look at the safety viewpoint. It's a very interesting area which is well represented here. Who are the well-established manufacturers of robots in Italy? Who are our competitors at the moment? Probably the leaders have been the French over the last few years. France has invested a lot using European funds, and many startups have been established, small companies promoted by the academic communities or private investments, to explore new applications. So companies that were already into robotics but realized that their ideal play field was agriculture, and that was very fertile ground in a way. In Northern European countries followed suit, and then Italy started a little bit later, but we're catching up very efficiently and quickly, and we can see considerable development in the United States, more specifically, with features that are very similar to our own. Agricultural robotics in the US tends to be focused on applications for orchards and vineyards, which is very similar to what we do. They could become our main competitors. We'll wait and see. Thank you. Let's go back to Eima Digital. This large showcase and exhibition which is growing. We saw that last year there was a considerable growth. Well, this year we've taken not one step forward, but 20 steps forward. There's a lot of interest. We received funds 4.0, and then, there was a lot of curiosity. We need a cultural change, but there's a lot of curiosity and awareness. people want to invest on technology, and so all companies wanted to be there at Eima, the first edition post-COVID-19. The past Eima was more traditional in 2018, and the digital presence was there, but it wasn't as widespread. And last year there was something different, and the situation was not the same as now. There's been an explosion, an exponential growth. What do you think we're going to see in the near future? I don't know. I can't tell. Things are changing so quickly, and even ourselves as insiders cannot really make forecasts. The new frontier is robotics and then big data, using data in agriculture to help farmers in the best possible way and have reduce the impact of agriculture. And then, of course, we'll have to provide farmers to perform their operations more efficiently and precisely. Our federation, of course, is following and supporting companies. We support them in terms of regulations and contacts with EU institutions, but it's hard to tell. While being expert, we can't tell where we're heading in the future. A final comment. What about the generation turnover, the intergenerational turnover? In the field of agriculture, we have many middle-aged to elderly people, my age, let's say, that are not very good at technology. Well, I think there are two aspects to be taken into account. The younger generations are more attracted. Federations been organizing lots of activities to involve the younger people, and we can see how many young visitors come to Eima. We've seen many young people around. Technology has been developed in a functional way, and it's not meant to be simple. But now technology has to become simple. We have to follow the example of smartphones and tablets, that kind of approach, and that's where robots are heading to. Just a few clicks, a few buttons on the screen, and everything comes very easy. So good work and keep it up. Thank you.